Hello friends, we are very happy to inform you that we have started our lecture for the English medium student also. I am going to start the Indian Constitution for the student who have English medium student, because I came to know that many students show their problem that sir, due to the English medium student we could not understand the whole lecture in Hindi. That's why we are going to provide you this lecture in English. Okay, now just enjoy this lecture and increase your knowledge. So first, from where we start Indian Constitution, we are going to start Indian Constitution chapter wise analysis. It is a detailed analysis for the English medium student. As far as Hindi concerned, I am teaching in classroom, you know very well. So first of all started, sir, from first the question arises from where will we start. Now before you there is a chapter known as Constitutional Development of India. This is the first chapter of Indian Constitution, Constitutional Development of India. So here another question arises, sir, why we study this chapter? Because Constitution start from article, schedule and various sections. So why you start the Indian Constitution from this chapter? You know very well that it is the root of the Indian Constitution. This chapter has some historical background. Without knowing the constitutional development of India, we can't realize the root of the Indian Constitution. In this chapter, we study various acts, and in these acts, we find the glimpse of the Indian constitutions. That's why the Indian Constitution starts from the Constitution Development of India. Now, we will study the each and every act which is under this chapter. This chapter is full of many acts which came under the British era. We will understand the every act and the clause of every act with detailed discussion. Okay? So first of all, we start from the Regulating Act 1773. Before knowing the Regulating Act, we should know that what was the company and how did company come in India. So you know that about the East India Company, the real name of East India Company was, now I am going to describe you what was the cause behind the Regulating Act of 1773, because the first point of constitutional development of India is Regulating Act 1773. So first of all, I am trying to make you understand that what was the cause behind the Regulating Act of 1773. What was the reason that British government had to introduce a new act known as Regulating Act 1773. So before knowing this, we should know some historical background. As you know that the company, the real name of company was the governor and the Company of Merchant of London trading into the East Indies. As you know, this is the real name of the East India Company. We called it East India Company, but actually this is not the real name. The real name of the Governor and the Company of Merchant of London trading into the East Indies. And this company came into existence in 1600 AD. Sorry, BC not AD. This company came into existence in 1600 AD. During that time, India was being ruled by the Akbar. You know very well. In this time, India was being ruled by the Akbar. It means when East India Company was established, the India was being ruled by Akbar. But company reached in India in 1608. But the company reached in India in 1608. And during that time, the India was being ruled by Jahangir. So you know very well that when the company was established, during that time India was under the control of Akbar, but when company reached India India was under the control of Jahangir. So when company came in India, the total command of the company was under the board of directors. Board of directors. You know who was the board of directors? The board of directors were those people who had the power, both trading and management of the company. Trade and management. The board of directors were the main people who were responsible for the activity of the company in India. The number of board of directors were 24. You should know the number of board of directors 24. Who was the board of directors? Board of directors were those people who were responsible for controlling the company. All the activity of company in India was being controlled by the board of directors. The main point here is that the East India Company, the real name was this. As you know, it is not necessary to call this name many times because it is a very long name. For facility, I will also call it East India Company. Okay. So the board of directors was the main person who were handling the company. It is very important to know that East India Company was a private company, not a government company. You have read history. In history, you know that French East India Company was a government company, but this East India Company was a private company. So the total control was given to the board of directors. But company has a lot of shareholders who belong to British. Crown was also a shareholder in the company. That's why directly or indirectly, the Crown interest was involved in a company. But in the initial stage, Crown was totally depends on the board of directors, and Crown has given all the power to manage the company to board of directors. That's why all the activity of company was totally depends on the board of directors. So company was running very successfully. It has given a huge profit to the Britishers. But in 1773, a turning point came in India. That's why Crown had to turn their eyes towards the East India Company. What was the reason that Crown had turned his eyes towards the East India Company? You can know by this following point. What is the following point? Here is a point. Point is that reason for bringing Regulating Act. What was the reason for bringing Regulating Act in India? This Regulating Act was the first act under which Crown had gave some control. Crown had created some control over the company. Before 1773, Crowns had only Crown was only interest in the company of a profit, nothing else. But in 1773, some situation arise that compelled the Crown to enter in the company's matter. That's why Crown has to introduce an act known as Regulating Act. So it is very important to know what was the reason behind the Regulating Act. First was that mismanagement under the company. Crown came to know that in 1773, company was facing mismanagement, and company was also facing financial crisis in 1773. And Crown came to know that company was facing the problem of corruption and nepotism. So many officers of the company were belong to their company's belonging. So corruption and nepotism. And the fourth was that need for centralized control. Need for centralized control. It means till now the company was controlled by the board of directors, and the member of board of directors were totally belong to the companies. They were not belong to Crowns. They belong to companies. That's why they were free from all kind of control. So it is necessary need for centralized control that should direct the board of directors. Okay, that's why due to due to these, the crown had to turn their eyes towards the company. These were the points that has compelled the Britishers or crown to look into the matter of the company. To resolve these problems, British government has introduced the Regulating Act 1773. This was the first interference of the crown in the company. In short, we can say this was the first written constitution that came in India to impose on companies. Before this, the company was running according to the choice of board of directors. But now, company has to work with some restriction that would be given in Regulating Act. Listen again. Now the company will have to work under some restriction that was given under the Regulating Act. You know, so this is my first attempt for the English medium student, and if you are understanding my lectures, it is very beneficial for me and also for you. Okay, so now I am trying to make you understand what was the reason for bringing Regulating Act in India. Okay, so I have told you this chapter has a lot of acts, and every acts have some glimpse of Indian Constitution. Before knowing the article, schedule and part, it is necessary to know the act that was brought in British era. This question, the question keep coming in all these exam, no matter what the level of exam. Okay. So first, I have explained you all these things. Now you can also read. I have written for your facility. Crown did not want the Britishers shareholder money to be wasted. You know very well, company was private company, but there was a lot of shareholder belonged to British, and Crown was also a shareholder. That's why Crown did not want the Britishers shareholder money to be wasted. That's why they were thinking that it is very important to have some control over the company. Now Crown had understood that the BOD, any board of directors, cannot be relied upon. The Crown has realized if it depends on board of directors, the company will face a disasters. It may be shut down. That's why, to regulate the company, to control the loss, to control the mismanagement, to control the corruption, to control the nepotism, British government had to introduce Regulating Act. Till now, I have wasted my all energy to make you understand what was the reason behind the Regulating Act. Read it carefully. I have explained you. It is very short notes to realize the act. In English medium, I will give you a detailed explanations. You will have to keep patience, and this lecture will be provided you continuously. Okay, there is no need to worry, but read it and understand it and write it. So next, we know the here main question arises: what was the features of Regulating Act in India? What was the main features of Regulating Act? So you came to know that Regulating Act came in India to control the company's activity with some restriction. So what was the main features of Regulating Act? The first feature of that, under this act, there was a provision to establish a Supreme Court. Under this act, there was a provision to establish a Supreme Court, and this Supreme Court was established in 1774. The first provision of this act, the British government has made a provision to establish a Supreme Court. The main aim of establishing a Supreme Court, that's they want to create a pressure on the company. The existence of Supreme Court may create a pressure of the company to run in a smooth way. That's why the Supreme Court was established in 1774. And this provision was given in 1773. So, there is a very famous question, and this question has been repeated many times in many exams, under which act the Supreme Court was in Supreme Court was established in India. The Supreme Court was established in 1774 under the Act of Regulating Act. Now, in comment box, you will give answer. What was the number of judges in Supreme Court? I will not give you answer. I have told you many times in class also. That's why it is your responsibility to comment in comment box what was the total number of Supreme Court judges in India during British era. It is your responsibility. With name, I will see and I will answer you in comment box. Okay? But first, it is necessary. I will wait for your answer. Okay? The second is that the Bengal governor was given the rank of Governor General. The Bengal governor was given the rank of Governor General, and Madras and Bombay were brought under the Bengal, and Madras and Bombay were brought under the Bengal. It means the Bengal would control over Madras and Bombay. In other words, the governor of Madras and Bombay would work under the direction of Bengal governor. Say the British government gave more importance to Bengal. Why? Why they were bringing Madras and Bombay under the Bengal? Because the Bengal was the most profit generating areas. That Bengal always on the high interest of Britishers. That's why they gave the control of Madras and Bombay to Bengal. It means the Madras and Bombay governor will work under the direction of Bengal Governor General. If anything happens in Madras and Bombay, the Governor General of Bengal will be responsible first. That's why it became compulsory. That's why it was a compulsion for the Bengal Governor General to have a close watch on the Madras and Bombay. This was the second clause of the Regulating Act, main clause. Now you will answer in 1773 who was the first Governor General of Bengal. Now whatever question I am asking you, you will have to give answer, because there is a common question that I have repeated in class many times. So I will wait your answer in comment box. Who was the Governor General of Bengal in 1773? Do you understand? I will wait your answers. Okay? And the third point is that an executive council were made. And the third point is that an executive council were made to advise the governor general. An executive council were made to advise the Governor General. It means because the Governor of Bengal was given a very big responsibility. That's why it was necessary he should have some experts to advise him. That's why a executive council were made to advise the Governor General. It means now Governor General will take decision on the advice of Executive Council. Now the Governor General will take decision on the advice of Executive Council, and this Executive Council have a 4-member. Note it down. These Executive Council have a 4-member, and all the 4-member will have experts. It means that whatever decision will be taken by the Governor General, it will be taken by the majority of Executive Council. In other words, we can say Governor General was bound to take decision on the advice of Executive Council. First, note it down. Executive Council was, what was the Executive Council? You will have to pay attention. This term will be repeated in later act. Okay? So you should not be confused in this Executive Council. Okay? So I have told you all the 3 major acts aspect of regulating act. I hope you will like my lectures and it will remain continue. Okay, this is only for English medium students. So thank you very much, and then in next class we will study about the Pitt's India Act and other acts. So I have told you already, this is the lecture only for those students who have English medium. Okay, not for Hindi medium, and Hindi medium student can also enjoy this lecture to improve their English also, because I am just joking you, because I am not so good in English. It is only for my subject that I am telling you in a easy way. Okay, so we will meet you in better lecture. Thank you very much.